Good evening and a warm welcome to yet another exciting episode of The Sentinel. My name is Hillary, and remember, The Sentinel is a show that gives insight into trending, political, social and economic issues. Tonight in studio I have a guest, a gospel artist. So I will like us to find out who exactly this gospel artist is. So welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. Yes.
Thank you.
So you can start by giving us, maybe introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Maggy Saurey.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, who is Maggy Saurey?
Maggy Saurey is a gospel artist. I would say a Kalenjin gospel artist. Okay. I sing Kalenjin music. Yeah, that is who I am.
Okay. As a way of getting to know you more better, we have had the likes of Amy Kosgei. We know so much about her. Who can you say is your inspiration?
I would start with Amy. You just said Amy. Yeah. Amy is a great inspiration to me because she sings Kalenjin. I also sing Kalenjin. So she's one lady we look up to as Kalenjin artists because of the achievements she's had. Ametuonyesha njia sana, you know, so she's an inspiration to me. And I also like Solomon Mukubwa. He's a great worshipper. Okay. Solomon Mukubwa and Paul Moai. Yeah. I also like Eunice Njeri. She's so humble. So those are gospel artists that inspire me so much. Yes.
You talk about humble. I think I want to use that. So where did you start singing?
I started singing in 2008. That was when I was finishing college in Nairobi. That is when I recorded my first album. And since then I've been recording albums. Now I have 4 Kalenjin albums and 1 Swahili album.
Oh, you have a Swahili album?
Yeah.
We still come back to that. You talked about after college. Can you say you had a challenge? Did you always dream that one day you would be a singer?
Not really, because when I was in school, I would just lead songs in school generally. I didn't do music. Like in high school, we didn't have music. So I just had the calling when I was finishing college. That's when I started receiving songs. And I started writing songs.
So you write songs yourself?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk about this issue of singing. I know there's a lot of challenges in singing and where you've started. Can you say from where you started you've grown?
I would say I've grown, but my journey has been a climb. For me, I will not say it was a smooth ride, like all the way. It has had a lot of bumps and a lot of challenges. But where I am now, I would say I have grown. I have grown both spiritually, both musically. Yes.
Which one was the first song?
My first Kalenjin album was Longenyo Kiptaya.
Yes, that's the album. And the first song?
The first song in that album is Longenyo Kiptaya.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Let's talk about your favorites.
My favorite song is Longenyo Kiptaya.
Yeah. Why is it the favorite and yet you've done so much along the way?
I love all my songs because all the songs are inspired by God. All the songs have been given straight by God through dreams when I'm sleeping, when I'm in prayer. But I love Longenyo Kiptaya because it was the first Kalenjin song that touched so many people. I received that song in a special way when I was at home in the village where I was born. And the song came with this message. The message together with the tune, the way the song goes. So, and that's how I went to write the song. And as a testimony, that song touched so many lives. When you ask somebody, do you know Maggy Saurey, people tell you the one who sang Longenyo.
What does the song, for those who don't know, what is about?
The song means, the Lord is my shield. Yesu ni ngao yangu. That is what Longenyo Kiptaya means.
Okay, let's now shift focus to gospel in general. Gospel, it's become so diverse these days. We have so many gospel singers. We have so many people moving on away from secular now joining gospel. Can you say the gospel industry at the moment is as good as it was when you started? There
is one good aspect and one not so good aspect. For me, I know God has prepared the people right now to worship Him in truth and in spirit, and I know there are many gospel artists being called to sing. But then on the other side also, we see many people doing gospel music for money. That's why you find there is a lot of diversity, there is a lot of difference.
And is it a good thing, doing gospel for money? Is it a good thing?
Not really, it's not a good thing. Personally, I believe doing gospel has to be a calling, because singing gospel music is like preaching the word. That's what you do. And what I always like to tell artists, if you're doing it for money, you'll be disappointed, because it rarely comes with money. There's a lot of sacrifice, money comes afterwards. But most people who come in to do it for money, they normally give up along the way, because it's not easy.
It's not easy. Let's move now to the issue. What can you say, or how can you put it? Let me put it this way. Gospel music, and we know it's something that you've said calling. So can you say there's a way people should do it?
Definitely, there's a way people should do it. Personally, I believe when you do gospel, you have to look like gospel.
And that, how is that?
Yeah, you have to resemble what God will want you to resemble. You know, people have to see Christ in you. Because sometimes you find maybe we're doing gospel, but what we do does not align with the word of God. So it has to be different.
So there should be a way of dressing.
Oh yeah,
a way
yeah.
of maybe the rhythm of the music, the lyrics.
Yeah, there should be a particular way of dressing. Mi upenda kusema, you should look in a certain way that watu wakikuona they see God. Ask yourself, if people look at me today, will they see that grace? Will they see Jesus? Will they feel like there is presence of God in you? That's generally what I believe should be for every art. And also what you sing. Is whatever you're singing making somebody's heart want to know more about God? Because sometimes you hear songs that entertain people. People feel like, oh wow, she's looking nice, but they're not listening to the message. So the first thing should be, will that song turn somebody to Christ if they listen to it?
Okay. David in the Bible, they say he sang until his clothes left his body. Can you say it's also another way? For example, if I sing a very a song that's very vibrant, requires a lot of jumping, a lot of doing so many stuff. Is that a good way? Because I think most young the youths actually, they are tending to move in that direction. They're trying to sing, to entertain, to reach, because you know a song targets people, so they try to reach a certain audience. Can you say it's also an issue?
Not really. It depends with who you are and how you are doing it. I'll use an example like Rose Muhando. I like Rose Muhando so much because the way she does gospel, she's so powerful. Yeye hachezi na neno la God. She goes straight to the point, and you can see them the way they dance so vigorous. That dancing is so graceful. You know, you'll just watch them, they're dancing for the Lord. It is fine to dance for God. You can dance until just like David. But sometimes what I've seen personally with some music and some youthful music, sometimes we concentrate so much on dancing and the beat in the song more than the message. That's why sometimes you find youthful music is more of how are we gonna dance? How is the beat gonna come out? It's not about the message. So somehow kuna diversion kidogo hapo because of concentration of wanting to dance more than wanting to pass that message together with the dancing.
Can you say it's because of the appeal? Because mostly when you do a song, I mean even for you, for example, target audience, does it come into your mind when you are a gospel artist? Because secular music actually requires that you focus on a certain group. For example, if the youth, there are certain things they need to hear from music. Can you say it's also the same in gospel?
Of course, target audience should be generally Christians, you know, and I know with what's trending now, you know, the generation, the youth like to say that's what we youth like. What is normally sensitive is watching the youth want to do what the secular world is doing. It's like bringing the world into the church. you know, like the way we say, because this is what is trending, the generation we are wants us to wear shorts that come this way, so we will bring it to the church. According to my own opinion, that is a bit not right, because the church should remain the way it should be. We should not be conformed into the world, but we should be the ones to remain constant. Yeah.
Can you say it's exactly what's happening in Kenya? Or how can you rate gospel music in Kenya?
Of course.
I know it's a conflict of interest because you're one, but at least tell us your opinion.
Of course, that's happening. I mean, it's happening all over the world. It's not only Kenya that we've had situations like that.
Okay, let's now, it's still along the same. You mentioned entertainment, doing music for entertainment. In Kenya, can you say, I mean, not even in Kenya, generally, is gospel music supposed to entertain? Because it's a debate which I find very interesting. Because entertainment actually is about making you feel good. It's not about taking you maybe closer to God. So can you say there's something we call gospel entertainment in the first place?
I will also say, according to my own opinion, maybe somebody else will differ, but for me, I don't believe it should entertain. Because gospel music will either be teaching somebody about who God is, it will be preaching the word, and if it's not praising God, it's worshiping. So at the end of it all, it's either you're singing, worshiping God, or you are preaching the word. So when you're preaching the word, you're not entertaining, you're informing. When you're worshiping God, you're worshiping Him. It's not the world. So about entertainment, I don't believe it's entertainment.
It should be informative. Okay, thank you. Remember, you're watching The Sentinel. The Sentinel is a show that gives insight into trending political, social, and economic issues. And tonight in the studio, I have Maggy Saurey. And you can like our page on Facebook, The Sentinel Show /KTS, and maybe get more in touch with you. As we go for a break, I would like to ask you, Maggy, you do gospel mostly in Kalenjin dialect, or maybe let me put it this way: the gospel you do is actually you sing. Is there any other way you minister to the people about this word of God?
Yeah, I have heard. I do motivational talks. Like I'm a patron at a high school in my village back at home, and sometimes I'm given opportunity to speak to the youth. So I do motivational talks. I also work with a company where I chair. It's called Ngao Africa. What we do is we do community-based stuff. You know, it's a community-based organization where we go to villages, we go to schools, we go to churches, teaching them about health, anything informative to the community about health, about education, about anything that the community needs to be taught about. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll still talk more about Maggy Saurey and in relation to the gospel industry as a whole. So stay tuned.